We are going down one of the dearest streets as Sergio Perez hopefully goes around the outside of us, but he doesn't. He's about to report to us in his Red Bull pulling away from us. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go to the French Grand Prix, home of Renault, and we are now 5th in our R&D chart, and I'll see you guys at the grid. I'll make contact with that wall. There's Lando Norris going up our inside now. We put in the wall, we get P2 at a podium position for this Canadian Grand Prix. The French GP is now here, home of Renault. They are expecting a great performance from Carlos, and Ricardo Fiat is having a horrible performance for his team.
Welcome along then to the Circuit Paul Ricard, home of the French Grand Prix, home race of the Renault team, and of course a number of the drivers on the grid as well. Of the 14 races held here up until 1990, 5 were won by a Frenchman, and 4 of those, of course, were Alain Prost. I wonder who'll add their name to that winners list today. A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of the flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about the captain. That was a great podium in the last race, so can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
Well, Weber has a reputation for consistency that goes back to his days in F2, but as we've seen before, being consistent and consistently winning F1 races can be two very different things. Every weekend poses its own challenges, and how he deals with those will have more impact than his performance in the last race.
Back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday and will start from pole position with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Hamilton, Lucas Faber and Hülkenberg, Verstappen, the captain, Stroll and Valtteri Bottas, Perez, Gasly, Devon Butler and Kvyat, Albon, Sainz, Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Ricciardo. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We're now down at the track as 5 red lights are now out, and we are now starting the French GP as Lance Stroll just went up our inside. Well, we're going to go on the outside of him and Max Verstappen and try to go to Nico Hülkenberg, but he is clearly in the faster car. We are not there just yet, but we are outperforming them in the last couple races. Here's another view of that as we have another 5 lights out. As you can see, I think that's Lucas Weber right there and Sergio Perez. There's us right there going on the outside of Max Verstappen. That actually was a really cool shot, as there's Nico Hülkenberg pulling away in his Mercedes. We are now here on lap 3 as Max Verstappen goes on our inside, and I think that's Lance Stroll trying to get past us too. But here we are now on lap 5, and Max Verstappen is not behind us, and there's Lance Stroll right there in front of us. As we're gonna cut the corners so much, and we did get a corner cut warning, but no penalty for that. We get DRS and we're closing the gap in between us and the young Canadian, as we just dive bomb him and get up to P7 now. Probably not going to catch up to P6. Here we are going into the pit lane, which is actually a very long pit lane. Just get it slowed down to 37 miles per hour, as we are going to go right here in front of Max Verstappen in his Mercedes car. He now has the I think it's the medium compound.
Don't worry about the mistake, just focus on the rest of the race.
What mistake is he talking about?
Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Release, release.
I don't know what he's talking about. But we are still we're gonna be in P19 now. But we will pass some people as they go into the pits. Here's a view of us going down the pit straight. There's Lance Stroll right there, and that's look how much smoke's coming out of our car. We definitely gonna replace the engine in this episode. We go down the inside of Lance Stroll and the Valtteri Bottas in his Red Bull car. We're now on lap I think 8 out of 13, as there is Valtteri Bottas going on our inside. We're actually gonna let him go because he's gonna be our horses to our carriage, and we're gonna try for him to pull us along here. As we're going on the pit straight again. We're starting off the pit straight. We're going on the DRS straight. As there's Sergio Perez going up our inside, but we're gonna keep that position as we squeeze him off right there. There's Valtteri Bottas kind of pulling away, but he is still our horses to our carriage. As now we are here going on the DRS straight. As there's Sergio Perez going on our outside. And we make contact with the Mexican, and Valtteri Bottas is no longer our horse to our carriage as we slide all over the place. There is Sergio Perez going down our inside again. Mexican, we're really trying to get P8, but we are not going to have any of it, and we are going to get that position back on this turn. Gonna corner cut, as here we are. We're now on the last lap here. Charles Leclerc wins the French Grand Prix, and Sergio Perez is going to try to pass us. That's Sergio Perez again trying to overtake us. This is Lance Stroll behind us now. Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll, Perez. They're going to go side by side. They're going to have a photo finish, but we are going to take a P8 at this French Grand Prix. Here's another view of us going into these couple turns. There's us really dive bombing him, and that's Max Verstappen, I think. Yeah, it is, because Nico Hülkenberg was P6. And we're gonna take the French P8 to the French Grand Prix. Sergio Perez P9 and Lance Stroll P10.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was.
He is the fastest driver I've ever seen on track. He set fastest lap times the whole entire race. Like every race. Charles Leclerc, fastest lap. Lando Norris also did a really good job. He got P3 this time.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once
again. Then it is Lewis Hamilton in his Alfa Romeo car. They're doing a pretty good job this season too. But P1's going around for the Ferraris. He did not take the Canadian Grand Prix, but he did take this French Grand Prix, so he's won 6 out of the 8 GPs. That is absolutely amazing. We're going to check out the driver standings, as I don't see Daniel Kvyat in the top 10 again. He should really get kicked out the team. I don't want to be on a teammate that doesn't finish in the top 10.
But
there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George
Russell.
What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
It's time to check out the constructor standings.
In the top 10.
Continue to extend the gap at the top of the table.
Ferrari extended the gap, as you heard, and Toro Rosso, we are still in 4th. You're not in the garage again. I'm deciding this contract with Toro Rosso because we want to stay here. We're gonna have to keep these. We want to keep these all level 3. Actually, maybe this one level 2 is fine. Propose our contract, and we are gonna stay at Toro Rosso. See you guys next time. Goodbye.